Welcome back to the Buck Stops here. It seems that Kashmir is burning and burning. More security forces may have been rushed to the valley today, but for an area that's been under curfew for virtually 2 months now, there's almost daily violence and daily reports of civilian killings. Today, 5 more people have died in firing by security forces. How will the cycle of violence break? If people aren't out on the streets, they've found a new political platform, a new method of protest. In fact, Kashmir's Generation Next has taken to the internet and virtually created that into a political maidan. Nazir Masoodi has the story.
Anger, agitation and violence. Kashmir is on the edge. The fresh cycle of violence that started last Friday is showing no signs of ending. More protesters died in clashes today. Most of them teenagers. The youngest victim only 9 years old. Security forces opened fire on the main parts of the city, like the airport road and highway. A police post was set ablaze in Srinagar, forcing police, in many cases, to flee their posts. Cornered, the centre decided to send 2,000 more paramilitary personnel to Kashmir. But this anger is not restricted to the streets of Kashmir anymore. It's now spread to the World Wide Web. Instead of stones, the protester is armed with a mouse, and his battleground is Facebook and YouTube. By using a simple 2-word status, I protest, the angry youth are letting the world know of the worsening situation in the valley. This group on Facebook has become a virtual campaign in the valley. Started less than a month ago, I Protest already has around 800 supporters. In addition to raising their voices against human rights violations and reports by the electronic media, users share news of the current situation in the valley and post photos detailing atrocities. Many of the supporters of violence have infiltrated the internet, starting groups such as Stone Throwing is Kashmir's Weapon on Facebook.
Print media, whatever media it's being present in Kashmir has been blocked by government agencies. So we are left with only one source, that is internet. And by internet, by virtue of Facebook and YouTube, we can convey our message.
The users have also been posting videos showing scenes of violence and death on YouTube, many of which have gone viral, with thousands of people downloading and forwarding these videos to their networks.
We people are using internet in order to convey our message to the outside world, outside people who are living outside, to make them aware of what happenings that are occurring in Kashmir.
This Facebook rebellion marks an online mobilization of e-Kashmiri youth, but also on display sometimes hatred and anger. These are the children of conflict, an entire new generation of young men and women who Omar Abdullah claims are leaderless.
While there are a number of elements that are fishing in troubled waters, one gets the sense that what is happening there today is largely leaderless.
The question is, who can engage with them and how? What language will speak to them?
In curfew-bound Kashmir, there are 2 avenues for protests: the streets and the internet. In both the cases, it is the raw anger that the government needs to address. So far, nobody has managed to open any communication lines with Kashmir's angry generation. In Srinagar, Nazir Masoodi for NDTV.
So who will engage with Kashmir's generation next, and how? Is anybody speaking a language that they understand? I can tell you by the volley of angry responses that I received personally on Facebook and Twitter last night that we don't seem to be speaking a language that communicates to them. We hear from the politicians, even the separatists every day, but rarely from the young men and women of Kashmir. So tonight on the program, two young men, Junaid Mattu joining us from Srinagar, and with me in the Delhi studio, Faizan Ali. I want to start with you, Junaid, and you and I have often debated online and otherwise, but explain to us why the internet is such an important space for people of your generation in the valley.
First of all, Burkha, I've been listening to the intro of this show, and I think we are not serving any purpose by trivializing the expression of dissent online as some sort of a very alien phenomenon. In this day and age, the youth of Kashmir are expressing dissent just like civil actions and civil sentiments are expressed by youth all over the world using the internet, by using tools at their disposal. At this juncture, I would say that the agitation has gradually become more comprehensively popular. It has gone across the board and is being expressed in all forums and on all possible accounts.
But Junaid, I'm sure you'd agree, because nobody wants to see people die. And in fact, a 9-year-old died yesterday. Many of the people who are dying are teenagers, are children. That the cycle of violence must be broken. Now, Omar Abdullah said yesterday in Delhi that he believes that this is the protests are largely leaderless. Do you agree with that? Do you agree that people of your age do not have a single leader to look up to?